Hey guys, Josh here. Welcome back to the All Out Safaris podcast, your go-to podcast for all things safari. I'm here with Andy for part 2 of our chat on some of the craziest stories we've had as guides in the bush. So we're going to carry on where we were. If you haven't listened to part 1, both of these episodes were released at the same time, so you can check that out. So we were just talking about some really close encounters with things like elephants and stuff like that. So I'm going to start off with a story that gets a lot of people's attention. Was when I was in the Makalali doing my studies, 9 o'clock at night, right? So whenever the story starts at late at night, you've got a belter of a story coming.
Yeah.
So where Twines is, basically bang middle. That's where we were staying.
Okay.
So the Makalali Game Reserve is sort of near the Baluli Game Reserve. It's not far from Baluli, right? Somewhere around there.
Yeah,
anyway, it's sort of
or take. It's just what, west of Baluli.
Yeah, it's close to so if you guys know Kapama or Karongwe Game Reserves, it's just opposite those. So it's in that sort of greater, I guess it's not quite Greater Kruger.
Almost Greater Kruger.
But it's sort of around
outskirts
the cliff. It's sort of around Timbavati, Klasiri.
Yeah, it's about I'd say it's about a 45-minute drive from Timbavati.
Yeah, it's not far, just a bit north.
Yeah. But the only reason it's 45 minutes instead of 20 is because you have to go all the way around town.
Yeah, you can't go just, direct. Bird's eye view, it's probably only around 15 kilometers.
Yeah.
It's really not far. So anyway, there was a pride of lions called the Tembe Pride that would stick around the central area. And there's always a big herd of buffalo because Twines is on the river system. So often the buffalo would be in there and then the lions would try and hunt them. We saw the lions a few k's from camp, and we heard and the buffaloes were around camp, so that's obviously really exciting.
Yeah.
So we go out on our night drive and we spend time with these lions. Then we come back, and it was now starting, because it's now sort of summer, sort of springtime, because this was sort of September, October. Owls are usually out very nicely at that time of year. So
stunning photographic bird.
Yeah, heard of a we heard a pearl-spotted owlet.
I thought you were going to say there was a herd of pearl-spotted owlets.
We heard a pearl-spotted owlet. And there was another student and I, and obviously going to get our torch. Now we're about 20 meters away from the camp, so it's not far. Just around the corner. And then we were viewing it in this little sausage tree, like a baby sausage tree. And then next thing we just hear and loud, and the ground shaking.
Stampede.
Yeah. So then we shine our torch, and we see 20.
Were you on foot?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
This is where it's dangerous, and we're now 20 meters away from the camp.
Oh no.
So we shine the torch, and here come 10 big buffalo bulls, running at full speed. So now, obviously,
it's not where you want to be.
No, buffaloes are arguably the worst of the big 5 to chase on foot.
On foot, they are the worst.
On foot, hands down. It's a very controversial topic, I suppose. And we kind of had to jump out the way. So there was this little French guy called Top. He was about 5'4", really, really short guy, but he was built really,
jacked.
Yeah, quite jacked. I don't know. He wasn't like your bodybuilder jacked, but
shredded.
Yeah,
gotcha.
And got a land. The one, it was one of those open vehicles without the canvas roofing, and I've never seen a 5'4" guy jump over a
cruiser,
a Land Cruiser. So he was behind us. And then obviously we calling, saying, get out the way, because guys were at the vehicle. So we were basically between the buffalo and the vehicle. We literally run and jump out the way.
Oh, wow.
Because the buffaloes weren't after us. Part of me said they weren't, because they were just running.
Yeah.
They wouldn't just randomly charge you like that.
Oh, next thing a lion's chasing them.
And that's exactly that's exactly what was happening.
Oh no.
It was the Tembe Pride of Lions. So we jump out the way. So you've got Lee, who was in charge of our studies, Lee Guttridge, And that's where Siafunda conversation,
Yeah.
conservation
Yeah,
is based. So it's sort of we sort of share premises.
Got you.
And then Ben, who's the head guide there at Siafunda, is calling out saying, "Oh, it's the lions or whatever." So now we've just jumped out the way, and then here come like 12 lions running after these buffaloes. Yeah, as you said in the first episode, I was breaking it.
Yeah, it's a good descriptive word, right?
100%. And me and this
Because I'm fluent in French, but that's my PG French.
right, fair enough.
Yeah.
And we got out the way, and then these lions, and then everybody's like, "Everyone get to the vehicles," because you go in, and then we go in, and that was when I see Tom. He jumped sort of from the front right wheel into sort of the back left seat. He just
Oh my
he went full on athletics,
I suppose anyone
long
would.
jump. Yeah, no, I mean, I've never seen a guy with such little legs jump that far. And that's what adrenaline can do to you, I suppose. And that was, that was the scariest situation. Then another really scary situation, I was asleep for it. So this is why it's scary. So all the guys stayed together.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you can say, dorm.
Yeah.
And 6 beds or whatever, and then you've got a bathroom and showers and whatnot. So at the end of the day, everyone would have around the fire, maybe have a beer or whatever. So then Justin, who was one of the guys with us, he was finished. Not from an alcohol perspective,
adrenaline.
but he was tired. This wasn't the same day though.
Oh, is it?
This was another day. Sort
I
of
was
later
about to
on.
say, because adrenaline kills you as well.
In our sort of room where we did all of our classes and discussions, there we kept skulls. So impala skulls, elephant skull, lion skull, whatever. So now there were 2 rooms left open. So Justin, when he came in, forgot to close the door.
First mistake.
But JP, who now works at Sabi Sabi, a good friend of ours, he was still awake. And I was right by the door, was where my bed was.
Sleeping.
Yeah, fast asleep. And
I think I know what's going to walk in.
a lovely Mr. Hyena
Yeah, I was about to say.
decided
hyena.
to came in, and he decided to sniff at my feet
Sick.
and started,
Licking your feet.
licking my feet.
Sick.
And then he literally did that. My feet obviously didn't smell good because he went straight to the shower to drink some water.
Wild.
I don't know. Well, he
Your
obviously
feet
just
must pong.
no. Well, I mean, obviously we just showered and whatnot and went to bed. And then I think it was because of the water in the shower, obviously,
Probably.
that the hyena then went in and just drank from the drain.
Most likely, yeah.
And and JP didn't know what to do. Like he didn't know. He was like shocked because I don't think he comprehended a hyena's in my dorm smelling my friend's feet. So
Yeah,
so
I'd
eventually,
also-
but the hyena didn't sniff for long.
Would take some time to process for sure.
So the hyena was just a quick sniff and then drank from the shower, and then JP chased it out. Very quickly did he obviously, because it was dark, and he obviously didn't realize that the door was open.
Yeah.
And this camp is unfenced. So for those who are sort of curious, this camp was completely unfenced.
Sure. It's the best way to live, though.
So it was pretty nice. We had a few times where the cheetahs walked through, drank from the pool, had elephants come and drink from the pool.
I will take unfenced over a fenced camp any day.
Yeah, for sure. Like it
Just keeps life interesting.
It's a great experience. It can be scary. Like the one morning, went to make coffee, went to the kitchen, opened the back door, and there's the 200 buffalo right outside the door. That's a crazy
It's
way.
like me walking to the bathroom and coming across a pride of lions. Like,
Yeah, it's not that.
happens.
It's a scary situation.
yeah.
We've Madikwe. I had my fair share of cobras because Royal Madikwe is on a hill in a very rocky area. So snakes.
Like a copy.
Yeah, snakes love it.
Yeah.
Puff adders, I had a few dealings with.
I've had a puff at a snake that snapped my tongs once.
Yeah, no. I was spat at by Mozam.
Nice.
No glasses or anything like that because obviously I'm just walking to the lodge to go and get food. just on my arm or something. It was a
No,
baby.
not in the eyes though.
No, it's just on
Oh
it was a
no,
baby.
because I was about to say you'll remember that. I
Yeah,
didn't spat in the eyes.
yeah, no, it's not like a. Yeah, that was a pretty nuts. The craziest story with guests. It's mad. So the roofs are thatch, right?
Your mamba in the ceiling.
Arguably worse.
Mozo.
Yeah,
That's
like
worse.
like 5 babies though.
Yeah, that's worse.
So
That's the
this
lot worse.
this guest comes in. She's like, please, I really don't want to deal with snakes. So I don't know why you came to Madikwe in November.
Or just the bush.
Or just the bush, but no, or it was December even. And anyway, no snakes, please. So anyway, so the staff, Royal Madikwe being one of the top lodges around, ultra 5-star, goodness knows how many awards it's won.
Yeah.
Guests take the staff take them to the room, take their bags, and offer to unpack for them. He's like, no, it's fine. So open the bag, start taking out the clothes. The next thing, like 3 or 4 baby Mozambique spitting cobras fall from the ceiling into a bag. So obviously now, and this woman had
That's not good for her.
had specifically just said, please no snakes, 5 minutes ago to the start.
And now a
to
nest
the-
of
to the lodge-
Mozams has
to the
just
lodge
fallen in her lap.
managers, and then next thing, she goes to the lodge running, and a big, massive Mozam goes across the path right in front of her.
Probably mom.
Who knows? And then as they're walking back to the room where everyone's like, come on, let's get the tongs and let's get the
Yeah,
hands,
let's get it sorted.
see if we can get it sorted. As they're walking back, another one, different one, across the path. So obviously I hear about this. So this
Is it near water at all?
not really.
Like, is there like...
There's
like
a water hole around the lodge, at the lodge.
And close to the... Do they not have like their own little water holes at each little place? Because I'm thinking Mozam's...
No.
I don't know why all of them would be in the thatch, because their favourite food's frogs.
Yeah, no.
Maybe it's incubation or something.
Don't know.
That's crazy.
And I walked to my room because and I had a few Mozams sort of around, across the path in front of me, sort of near as I'm going to my room. Had a mamba once. That was probably scary because it came out of nowhere.
I love those.
So that was pretty nuts. Charged by Sarati. Sarati charged me once with Sean when I was doing content for Black Rhino.
Oh, hectic.
It was Ask Sean to
How
tell
did
me.
you get charged?
I did mention it.
Long story.
I think I mentioned it in the Safari Etiquette episode. If not, I'll just mention it now. So she was on a kill on Clolings. So that's for those
that's
that don't know.
already-
That's far west in the Pilanesberg, sort of northwestish.
Also, the fact she's already on a kill, she's going to be more aggressive.
Yeah, and she was still young. This was 2023, so she was
Okay,
only
still
3
young.
years old. So she
Not
just
even, yeah.
left Shamiso, really. Anyway, caught a decent sized impala, and so she put it in a wild olive tree, in a nice tree, surprisingly. Anyway, so now I was doing content for a lodge in the Black Rhino Game Reserve, which is basically a private concession in the Pilanesberg.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah, I'm sure you're looking forward to it though.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm just going to miss the off-roading.
Yeah, that's a big thing. That's one thing I love about Madikwe was the...
Your
Off-roading.
off-roading's another level.
And anyway, and this tree wasn't far. It was like 15, 20 meters off the road. So it's quite close, right? And anyway, she'd made a kill the one day, and my dad and I went up and stayed somewhere the first night. And then we find her, and we waited for a few hours. And then she popped out, went to the tree, got a really nice sighting. Then the next day, we went out with Sean to go back to the kill, because we told Sean...
Good old Sean, eh?
We went back to the kill, and great, pops out, really awesome. Then next thing, 24-seater filled with Chinese.
Oh, the big truck things.
Yeah, the awful.
Was this Pilanesberg side?
Yeah. This was on
'cause
Clolings.
Those can't go on Black Rhino.
No, this was on Clolings.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Yeah.
So obviously in the private concessions, it's private. Only the lodge vehicles can go there. This wasn't on a concession. And then now she was sleeping closer to the road than to the kill.
Got you.
Right. And then, we obviously enjoying getting some really nice photos and whatnot because she's standing now in the open, and next thing all these guys are going crazy. And we were so the tree with the kill was on the right hand side of the road. We were parked on the right hand side of the road like you would, right? And then this guy parks on the outside and starts making noise. So we are right between them and the leopard, and then she came at us like full tail wagging,
Thinking it's Yerkes making the noise.
stamping on the floor, snarling, and then obviously Sean and I are shouting at this leopard because, like, what do these leopards are not like
Because they're so habituated, they'll come right up to
they'll go, and she stopped like 2 meters from us.
you.
And you can ask Sean,
Back it.
and Sean and I were just like, hey, and then Sean obviously slammed on the door a bit, and then obviously she stopped, and then she went to the kill. But it's not a situation to be in.
No, it's a terrible situation.
Leopards can, and we're in an open safari vehicle. It's not a situation to be in. So that was scary. It was a crazy experience. But then for the rest of the day, she was so aggressive. She was growling at everyone. Like she was, that was.
Surprised she just didn't move her kill.
She did.
Oh,
She did take it further in, and then obviously gone. The next day we came back and she'd taken it. Yeah,
makes sense.
So now I want to talk to you about what is the sort of coolest situation you've had with guests. So let's say a guest has had a request and they got more than they bargained for, or a situation where your guests were overjoyed at certain sightings, because that's obviously the most rewarding thing as a guide.
Yeah. So
it can be something unique. It can be literally we want to see awesome lions up close or whatever.
So I had this quite wealthy couple, and they were my only 2 guests. I don't know why I got the lucky straw. Only had to take 2 people out instead of 9.
It's nice though when you have
it just makes it more personal. You get to actually interact and engage with them a lot more.
That's why we only have like max 6 and minimum 2.
So where I'm going now, it's max 6.
Yeah, and then at least open vehicle seat 9.
But then 6, you've got that middle seat.
And then there's a middle
free.
seat for cameras or whatever, and it just gives people more space. I love it like that. So
for sure.
But like for some of our photo safaris, we're going to do like max 4.
For photo safaris, I think 4 is like the max it can be, because you want space for extra cameras, big lenses,
100%. So we're going to do
camera mounts.
Yeah, we might have max 6 on some. I'm not sure.
The Pantanal ones on the boat you can take 6.
Yeah. But for like Sabi Sands, we'll do like 4.
Yeah.
Because bear in mind,
I've got a contact for you there if you need.
Bear in mind, I'm not going to sit in the passenger seat. You want to sit among the guests in the back 9 seats.
To be fair, I'd want to be at the top, just for extra height.
Yeah, like
normally, if it's like in the open and stuff, I'd want to be like no cap in the passenger seat, so I can open the door.
The thing that I like is with these, or that I don't really like about the back, is the height.
Yeah,
because if something, remember in places like your Sabi Sands, your Mala Mala, Klasiri, Timbavati, Madikwe, the animals are super close.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be shooting down
the whole
too
time.
Much,
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so talk about this couple.
So this couple, so these are the people that gave me my binos.
Sweet.
I still need to find those. That just reminded me. But basically, all they wanted to see was a black rhino.
Right.
And a black rhino in general is not an easy animal to find. Obviously, Pilanesberg, you do get special sightings of black rhinos. But at the same time, it still can be quite tricky. You can still go like a couple of days without seeing one or something. And I had these guests for 4 days, just them by themselves. And we went... First 3 days, cracked them multiple leopard, multiple lion, all the elephant they can dream of, buffalo twice, and the big herd of buffalo as well, not like just 3 or 4 Duggar boys, like 50 to 100 or so. And then it's literally the last game drive of their stay, because they leave the very next morning, but like first thing, so this is their last drive. And an hour and a half into drive, still no luck. I was like, guys, it's not looking fruitful. we may not get lucky here. But we shan't give up hope yet. Let's go do a drink stop and then we'll continue. I've got 2 more places I want to check. Go to Makawane Dam.
Oh, that's the best
That
spot.
big open area just before the dam.
Yeah.
5 black rhinos together.
Nice.
All standing, feeding.
Nice.
5. That's...
Yeah, for those
They-
black rhinos are solitary, so generally speaking. So,
Yeah.
For those who don't know, that's unreal.
I've got photos even, bro.
Yeah,
That's a sighting that blew my mind.
Yeah, I used to get a lot there. Like
But
that was
they-
one spot that was always a go-to. Is that open?
They performed for us, and then we had our drink stop watching the rhino,
Nice.
and then the guests were very happy.
Yeah,
Got a lack of something.
got a nice pair of binos.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
nice pair.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that I think that's one of the more memorable ones. And then obviously I've shown countless people their first leopard, but that
Yeah.
feeling always is like,
yeah. For me, I've had a few, but I think one that, for me, that really that stands out was this. I've shown a few people their first leopard, but this trip, I don't know why. This trip I just did, to the Kruger with John and Kate, from the UK. John messaged me about a year ago, at one point where we weren't really doing Kruger safaris, saying, "Can you help us with leopards or whatever?" But I said, "Let me get back to you." So a year later, he messages me, "Please, can we book a safari with you?" So he actually requested now for a safari just to see leopards. Because we did
picked the right man.
because we did a leopard post on Facebook, Kruger leopards from last year, and we saw, I hosted a lot of safaris in the Kruger last year, and obviously in that, because I think we averaged like 1.5 or 2 leopards a day last year on average.
Half a leopard.
Half a leopard, just so a cub.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was, and then anyway, so they messaged us and they booked a 5-day classic Kruger safari, and I said to them, nothing's ever guaranteed, but I reckon we'll get you a few. So we only had about an hour and a half on the first afternoon.
It's always like that, hey? Always like that.
We didn't have long because they.
No, just the first time, if I go to Kruger now, I'll only end up on the first day getting an hour and a half on the first day. It just seems to happen that way.
But their flight only landed at 12.
Yeah,
So-
but also your check-in times are so horribly late
but
that you have to kind of only...
Yeah, we usually do though. We go straight into the park.
Oh, that's quite nifty.
So that obviously helps, but we only got there at 5. Gates closed at 6:30. So got some cool hyenas and because they'd been to Madikwe, Nambiti, Pilansberg, and Kruger before, never saw a leopard, which I can't believe. But again,
I'm not surprised with Nambiti, but the other
Nambiti,
places, I'm quite surprised.
Madikwe, you've still got a chance as well, because I know they stayed in the east of Madikwe, which is where more of the
population are.
The leopards are. And anyway, so John emailed us in December last year, and we're talking for about 3 or 4 weeks about it, and say, okay, cool. So then we organized everything, and obviously super excited, never seen a leopard in 25 years. And then our first morning, we was doing various routes, sort of go-to places for me.
Yeah.
It was a bit quiet for the first, I guess, hour and a half.
Yeah.
Usually
Just
you get
scenic
lions.
drive.
Usually you get lions first thing. That's usually a common thing for that.
Yeah, because they're normally in the road and
stuff.
stuff.
Anyway, so now I'm coming near Afsal. You know where Afsal is. Then heading back south towards Mblambane, which is that S118, 119.
Oh,
those
okay.
river roads. Those are some of my go-tos often. And I'm on the S114, which basically splits those two river roads. And a friend of mine says he's just spotted a kill in a tree, 2 meters from the road. And then he said apparently someone saw 2 leopards here. So anyway, so we go there, and the cub is in the tree 2 meters from the road.
Is that cub?
Yeah. No. That was, sorry, I'm just looking at a photo on my laptop, which is from last year. But it was more sub-adult.
So like those medium-sized cubs.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
In this knobthorn, like 2 meters from the road. Unreal. So now this is their first ever leopard sighting, and they got the best you can imagine. Like, they were so excited. They were like almost jumping in their seats.
It's like
you know,
me every time I see a leopard.
But you like that. Like, you get excited, but you're not always. There's a different level of excitement sometimes. Sometimes.
I agree with that, but I don't know. For me, every time I see a leopard, I kind of turn to a little girl who's just been given a lollipop for the first time.
Fair enough. I mean,
like, that's just special.
Yeah, that was
Never take it for granted.
Yeah, and then John, put his hand on my shoulder and was jumping up and down, and they were just all super excited. And it was the best sighting you can imagine. Like maybe 3 meters from us.
Yeah.
A few meters high, just resting with the kill, and then we sat with her for a while. Or it was a young male cub actually, and then jumped down after around 20 minutes. Went and laid down. Then we tried to find mom, obviously. And she didn't like the cars. She wasn't a fan. So she just stayed until no one really was about. Then she'd jump up and then she'd go back down again. And that was great. And then that day, so that we did spot mom. So then now we'd seen 2 leopards for the morning. And then we ended the day with 5 leopards.
That's ridiculous.
On our first day. So they're desperate to see leopards, and you see 5 in one day, which was a record for me in Kruger. Like, I've seen 4 so many times, and in Pilanesberg I've also seen 4. I've never had 5 in a day in Pilanesberg, but
I've never had 5 in a day. I've never had 4 in a day.
Yeah. But I mean, look, there were a few other guides around, so we were all keeping in touch, so that helped. Then I found 2 in a space of 3 kilometers, a mom and daughter, but they'd separated, but one was in a tree further down, got another one, so now that was 4. And then we even ended the day at 4:00. We didn't do a finished afternoon drive. They wanted to celebrate.
Epic.
Let's go get drinks, and because we found another female leopard near Malalon Gate in a tree. All of the leopards were in trees, by the way, all 5.
Wicked.
And you can't go. That's the best way to see a leopard is in a tree, 100%. And so that was. I think for me, because I know you get dry patches without leopards sometimes. Look. Like in Pilanesberg, you experience that more than Kruger. Kruger, you don't often go a day without seeing them. But Pilanesberg, sometimes you won't see one for a few days. And I remember it was once where my dad and I were there for like 2 weeks, and we went for like 8 days without seeing a leopard.
That's wild.
When we were used to seeing 1 or 2 a day.
Yeah.
And then when we got the next one, like, it's just a feeling of relief. So I can understand the excitement, because I remember when I started seeing leopards more frequently, how excited I was getting. The excitement's still there. The level of excitement hasn't changed either.
You just learn how to control it.
You're more used to it now.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that was a very, very exciting sighting. That was probably one where the guests' reaction was, I've had a few showing guest lions for the first time and leopards for the first time, but I think that reaction after not having been searching for so long, then actually getting that sighting, and then in that first 5 days we then got 10.
Yeah.
So they'd now
That's wicked.
Couldn't have
asked
for more.
Yeah.
And then on the last morning we got a mom and 2 cubs.
Yeah.
To top it off. So I think it was 11. There was 10 different leopards, and I think it was 12 or 13 sightings, because we saw the same leopard a few times.
That's crazy.
They were obviously super, super chuffed. So that was probably one that stands out the most. So let me ask you this though. What is one experience that you haven't had in the bush that you haven't experienced yet? And then this is a photograph I get asked often, and see other people get asked, is what is one photograph that you haven't captured yet that you want to capture?
If there's one that's a good question.
So what is one experience, let's say sighting, that you still want?
A leopard kill.
Have you not had a leopard kill yet? Yeah. I saw Zawadi kill a mongoose and a jackal.
But like a proper...
Yeah, I haven't had a proper kill yet.
I want to see a proper leopard kill.
Yeah, I haven't had that just yet.
Proper.
Yeah, I know.
But that's like, some people wait their whole life and don't see that.
Yeah.
So I'm not holding out hope, but I'm not like giving up. Like I'll always be waiting for.
What
that
is one
sighting.
animal that you have seen that most people don't get to see that you count yourself incredibly fortunate to see? A lot of people see a leopard, so you can't say something like a leopard.
Aardvark and pangolin.
Have you seen aardvark?
Yeah,
I haven't had
seen-
I haven't had aardvark yet.
I've seen a lot of wild aardvark.
Is it?
When I was working in the Cedarburg,
Cedarburg,
we saw
yeah.
one at least once a month.
Okay, yeah. So from an aardvark perspective, that's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand.
So I was there for 9 months. I saw 8 aardvark.
That's sick. That's a lot, yeah. Like, a lot of people don't, like, a pangolin, like, I know someone who's 50 years old,
Yeah, hasn't
never seen a
one.
pangolin.
Yeah.
I've seen one pangolin.
I've only seen one wild pangolin. I've been very fortunate to work with pangolin countless times.
Yeah.
But I don't count that as a sighting.
Yeah, you can't.
I count that as
It's
conservation
like going to a zoo and seeing a leopard and saying I had a leopard sighting.
Or like a jaguar and saying, yes, I've seen a jaguar.
Yeah, it's obviously doesn't count.
So definitely probably aardvark and yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had aardvark. I think that's the only thing. Aardvark and aardvark.
Aardvark or genet?
I've seen them.
Genet aren't rare. They're quite common.
Yeah.
But it's taking photos of them
Is
and actually getting footage of them.
It's a nightmare.
Tricky because
Yeah.
they are all over. They're like bush babies. They're
Yeah,
just
100%. Like, I saw a lot in the Makalali. So many.
Oh, I
parrots
can
in
imagine
the
lots of
Makalali.
bush babies there as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. I saw the only animal there's 2 animals that I'm yet to see, which is not photographed, right? See.
Yeah.
I haven't seen an aardvark, and I haven't seen an aardwolf.
Bear in mind, we're talking about South African animals.
Yeah.
This is-
So this is South Africa, right? So I can't now go and say I've seen a polar bear in the wild because I
I
haven't been
haven't
to
seen a
Iceland.
black lechwe.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That would be mental. So, I mean, I've been very fortunate. I was very fortunate last year to photograph a pangolin. I was all on my own. I was in
that's
Satara
epic.
on my own, no one else with me,
Just by yourself.
in the vehicle. So there's a friend of mine who had the pangolin for like 20 minutes to himself.
Then you just
Then I happened to be there because I
responded.
was heading to a leopard sighting or trying to find a leopard, and he was in front of me and he's like, "Joshy, there's a pangolin," and it was an open veld. All I'm going to mention, it was in the Satara area of Kruger, sort of between Satara and Auckland. That's like a whole 70-kilometer stretch. So
Yo, and seeing a pangolin in Kruger is also just another level of luck.
Yeah, so
Seeing
that
a
was
pangolin in the wild is luck, but seeing it in Kruger is just
that was unbelievable.
mom and baby.
Imagine,
That's the one I saw in the wild.
nice,
Baby on the back of mom.
sick.
How's this though? I wasn't young. I was too young to actually truly appreciate what
Understand.
it was.
Yeah.
I was 10.
Yeah, I've seen a few caracals. I've never photographed one.
I've also actually never photographed caracal.
I've seen them.
I've seen lots.
I've seen a few in the Pilanesberg, but photographically, no. Seen honey
You
badgers.
also always see them at night in the Pilanesberg.
I saw
in
them
the evenings.
Usually, I saw one in the middle of the day once.
That's wild.
Near that Kwalata drainage.
That's wild.
I've seen a few sort of kubu highs because there's a lot around Nocha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Servals, I've got Madikwe. I had an amazing serval with a kitten. That was great. I've seen a lot of honey badgers, like 5 or 6. So from a honey badger perspective, over like 2 or 3 years is when I've actually only been really seeing them for the past 3 or 4 years. I've seen 5 in the past 3 years, so it's not bad. I suppose. Bear in mind, I'm not based out of a lodge, so I'm not in the bush 20 days a month.
Yeah.
I've got proof.
It's not like what
I've got proof photos. They're not great photos, but it's proof.
Sometimes you just need that.
That's
more for the memory book.
I'm very grateful that I got
some nice pangolin
I got
shots.
great pangolin photos. That I'm most grateful. I sacrificed seeing Casper the White Lion for that pangolin.
I'd do that in a heartbeat.
I would. Bear in mind.
I've seen Casper a few times.
Bear in mind, I've never seen him.
Oh, haven't you?
So I had to choose.
Oh, but it's a pangolin.
But it's a pangolin, 100%. So, yeah, because I know he was on the S100 there by Satara, and I was like, nah, I don't know why.
I've seen the Birmingham Pride a few times.
Oh, sick, nice,
yeah,
nice.
That main road as you enter towards Auckland, the actual reception.
Yeah.
They
often get seen there. Yeah,
and that Pride is huge.
Yeah, it's like 20.
That's
like
ridiculous.
20. You know the total energies there at Auckland Camp.
Yeah,
my friend saw them there, like at the
epic.
Yeah,
my mate's got a photo of a leopard outside the Pick and Pay in Hoodspray.
Sick.
Yeah.
Mad. That one there with the red bricks.
Yeah.
That Hoedspruit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There was a hyena at the four-way stop in a pool of rainwater, just cooling itself down at midnight.
Mad. Yeah, no, there's some crazy stories, and people think like just because you're in the city that there's not wildlife as well. But yeah, I'm still yet to photograph. I haven't seen an aardvark. I photographed porcupine, photographed wildcat, serval, honey badger, pangolin. Haven't photographed aardvark.
I think what I would like to photograph more is honey badger.
They are so different. They're so fast. Like
They're all over the place.
I've seen civet.
Yeah, I've seen countless civets.
I haven't photographed them.
I've got a few, but they're not great.
Yeah.
It's also, but
a lot of these animals, you don't get great photographic opportunities.
No,
like
it's more the memory shots.
You know, it's I feel like pangolins are actually fairly photogenic.
No, they are. They are. Like even if you just take a photo of a pangolin's
slow.
tail with the scales and make that black and white. My word.
They also like slow. It's not like honey badger or they're not the fastest.
Oh, bear in mind their territory is like 3 square kilometers, if that. So that's why they're
tiny. So speaking of that, you know what's crazy? I found out. This is why I love hosting in South Kruger is the leopard density. From Skukuza and south, there's 1 leopard every 3 square kilometers.
My word.
That density is mental. So you go up to Satara, it's like 1 every 10 square kilometers. So bear in mind,
Shingweti?
I don't know. It used to be a lot better, but there was a lot of poisoning for vultures there. So the leopards haven't been the way they used to. I haven't been up there.
Because my mates were just there now, and they got the most extraordinary footage of a leopard, like almost Tom Cruising between 2 buildings to get up and down a tree with a carcass.
Yeah, look, Shingwedzi is unreal, dude. It's like your Zambia. It's sort of the way it feels.
Yeah, the big rivers.
Look, I haven't been there, but I know so many. I want to go there. But what my dad and I want to do for our next trip is because obviously my dad's not young and he's got his health and back issues and stuff. So we want to go to Tambuti.
Tented camp.
Yeah, and then
in Auckland.
Yeah.
That's where I go all the time.
Yeah,
and it's actually
it's
pretty
good.
affordable.
No, it's good there. and it's also my dad. Look, my dad and I are leopard people.
Yeah,
we don't want to go somewhere where we don't have where we can't get a fair few leopards. And I know Tambuti you can.
Yeah,
but I do want to go sort of Shingwedzi, but I know that leopard density has dropped like nothing on it. And it's unreal.
Yeah.
The way that is dropped.
Yeah. Oh, it's unfortunate because it's such a pretty part of the
Yeah,
park.
no, it's like nowhere else. Skukuza, Malalan, Lower Sabi, and Crockbridge are all fairly similar.
Yeah.
But then you've got Satara that's very flat and open. Auckland's a little bit thicker more.
Yeah.
But then you go to Shingwedzi.
I think what excites me about Shingwedzi is the less cars.
Yeah, look, the north, you're always going to have less cars.
Yeah, for sure. But that could also affect game viewing in a sense.
100%, because there's
less eyes.
Less reports and less eyes.
Yeah.
I would love to do Shingwedzi. It's not difficult to get to because you go in at Palabora and you head there.
Yeah.
I want to spend more time around Tambuti.
Yeah.
Because for our classic Kruger tours, we might move to... We usually do Bergendal or Tambuti moving forward. You haven't done Tambuti yet. So we might do that. Because it's a nice location, but availability is getting bad.
It's tough to get.
It's so bad. So moving forward, eventually we're going to get to a point where we have set dates.
You have to do that.
You have to have set dates, especially for the photo safaris. Because now, if someone inquires, a group of us 4 photographers want to do a Savi Sands photo safari in 4 months' time, I'd be like, nope, maybe next year.
Yeah.
Because dates are just, it's just what it's like.
You can't book.
It's just what it's like.
Yeah.
So it's pretty unreal. But we could talk for 6 hours about the stories we've had.
We could talk for days.
Yeah, 100%. I think, look, obviously, I'm sure you're looking forward to now heading back, spending more time in the Pilanesberg, because you were at Painted Dog for what, 2.5?
2 years.
2 years, yeah.
I'm looking forward to putting more time and energy into my own work.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, because you'll have more time now because you're not necessarily filming for another company now. You're doing.
At least now all the footage I film will be owned by me.
Yeah, I feel But yeah, I feel you.
I've filmed some cool stuff, and
Yeah.
I cannot post it. It's
Yeah.
heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was like that when I was at Madikwe. I wasn't allowed to
Yeah.
post.
You also
that
had to
stuff.
sign a contract.
I didn't
saying-
have to sign anything, but while I was there, the content was theirs.
But that's not legally binding. Then you could have posted.
I could have. I didn't out of respect. Now I do.
Yeah,
Now
good.
I post what I had because obviously, I was working it wasn't
Content
there.
creator,
It wasn't their content. Like
Yeah,
I did
for
the
sure.
work for them and provide, but it doesn't take away from the fact that it's obviously my work.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, that's exactly it. I just still can't post.
Yeah,
my
because
stuff.
you're legally binded by a contract. I was there every monthly for a week and a half or whatever, but I didn't work as a employee. It was more on a sort of
You were
you can call it freelance if you will, even though
were
it's
contracted.
not. I was
basically.
contracted. Yeah, I was a contractor. I wasn't, so it's still But yeah, I'm keen to see what
You work with them. You don't work for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm keen to see what you're going to start bringing out of the Black Rhino concession, because obviously some crazy stuff happens there.
Yeah, excited. I actually don't know too much about the concession, so you're gonna have to fill me in.
Well, look, it's like the rest of the park. Animals are more skittish. So your leopards, you're going to see more leopards in the middle of the park, like always.
Yeah, so like Tower Link and stuff like that.
Like anywhere around the basin,
Yeah,
you'll find them.
gotcha.
But yeah, it's going to be like, it's always like that with Pilanesberg. That's why Mankwe, Tau, Gabo, Trene,
Those are the hot spots.
are always the hot spots. But yeah, crazy movements changing. Motsumai was seen on Korwe.
What?
That's where she's hanging around now. Because Shamiso and Khosatsana, which is her recent cub, have moved to Mankwe.
Oh my word.
So there's not many leopards around Inchwe. You've got Sarati between Four Ways and Makrwani now, but that's it.
Yeah.
That side. I don't know where Emangele is. He was seen on Kubu by Nocha not long ago.
Okay.
I saw him on G7 a couple of years back. I've seen him since then on Plo near Chukurenju.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been great having you
It's
on.
been awesome.
Yeah, it's
Sure,
been
great.
great having you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we'll definitely get some more episodes later
Later
on
on in the
you,
line.
sort of talking about your newer experiences heading back to where it all started, I suppose.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's weird to think that.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's now things are going a bit full circle, and obviously you're looking forward to moving back to the Pilanesberg. But yeah, guys, thanks everybody for listening. If you do want to find out a bit more about All Out Safaris, you can check the links in the description. You
Like
can just,
and subscribe.
yeah, please subscribe to the podcast. If you have any questions or topics you want us to talk about in future episodes, you can drop them in the comments or send us an email or DM. But all the links to social media and our website will be in the description below. Thanks to everybody who, if you have listened to both parts of this chat with Andy, you're a real one. We really appreciate you guys. And yeah, thanks so much for all the support on the podcast and the social media recently. It's been amazing. But until next time.